5 seconds countdown or something?
Yeah, I can do that for you guys. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Max Payne on the Game Boy Advance in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, well, here we are. This game exists.
Yes, it does.
Which probably no one knows. I'm kind of waiting for the reactions. What? There's a GBA version of Max Payne?
And why is it in different languages?
Yeah, there's actually no language difference. I'm playing in French and Crazy's playing in German just because why not?
The reason we're not playing English is one, Toka's German. Two, hold on, getting through some shotgun stuff here. The PAL version is way, way, way faster. So we run the PAL version of this game.
Well, way faster and way more fair.
Yeah,
guess we'll talk about that throughout the whole run.
The NTSC version is super broken.
And broken in a bad way. Like
Yes.
not useful broken, but just broken. That's it.
How much time longer do you think the NTSC version would take to beat?
Oh, dude, I don't know. Just
I was
wasted
guessing about-
lifetime.
Whoa! About 3 or 4 minutes.
So that death is maybe a good time to talk about auto-aiming in this game.
Did you die already?
Yes. Guy behind the couch shot me,
Oh no.
and I didn't shoot him first for some reason,
Auto-aiming.
which is interesting. Yeah. As you can see, and as Crazy already said, this game is an isometric game. So, right now I'm holding right on the D-pad, but you're going kind of right diagonal. That isometric thing is kind of needed to port a 3D game, which Max Payne obviously is to the Game Boy Advance.
But it's
And-
very frustrating.
Yeah, at first it's really... It takes quite some time to get used to. Like your first run is most likely 2 hours of this game, in case someone decides to start this. And
Yeah, mine was 2.5.
yeah,
It
and
was
then
quite long.
the time goes down quite quickly.
I think the next one I did was an hour.
Yeah,
Once
and
you get
right
a
now
hold
the
of
world record is 23 minutes. 23:02 actually.
Yep. And
So- Yeah.
we are the only 2 runners that run this game.
Sadly.
So, yeah. We'd love more. Or I would, anyway.
To come back to that, like the auto aiming, which is obviously needed in an isometric game, like shooting at enemies at will with this perspective is simply utopic. It just doesn't work. That's why auto aiming is everything, and it works. I would say around 80% of the time,
Yeah.
but the other 20 it just does not. Like you
And
literally aim at an enemy and he doesn't get hit.
Or he'll shoot a crate. Max loves shooting
Oh yeah,
crates.
that's that also. For some reason, crates get prioritized over enemies in auto aiming. Someone thought that's a good idea. Was certainly not me. Also, what makes this game really good to speedrun is the fact that you can skip every dialogue and cutscene, aside from one 15-second in-game cutscene, which shows an epic explosion. But aside from that, you can skip everything.
By the way, epic in hand quotes. Finger quotes, rather. I don't know what I'm talking about. Not very epic is what I'm trying to say. This game. Ooh, that's bad RNG there.
And to talk a bit more about the auto aiming, if you hold your shoot button, Max will target the next enemy, and with 80 or 85% chance he will hit him. I lag by 6 seconds. Well, that's nothing I can do about it. Guess that's for the mods to fix.
You're what? You're behind?
Well, someone in chat said it. I don't know.
Oh, you never know.
Timer not synced up. Well, whatever. The
Well, no,
main
time's the end.
yeah the main functions from the PC game carry over, like such things as the bullet time jump, or the slow-mo jump, rather, painkillers, like all the stuff everyone kind of knows is the same in this game. And overall, you have to say that this is a quite well-made GBA port. Like if you if you compare this and the... I need the ammo here. If you compare this to the PC version, the objects, textures, placement, everything is quite accurate. Aside from, I think, 3 levels that are cut out, simply due to, yeah, console restrictions, like hardware restrictions.
Yeah, it's surprisingly a really good port.
Yeah.
Well, would you call it a port? Is it more like a remake?
No, I'd call it a port.
Would you call it port? Yeah.
It's definitely a gray zone here, I would say. Okay, and also obvious, you don't want to use the bullet time too much, because it's, well, it's literally slow-mo. I guess it's quite obvious why you don't want to overuse it, but...
And the dive slow-mo wastes even more time.
Yeah.
Because you don't get to choose when it stops.
Exactly. Like the dive slow-mo, and especially changing weapons when you're in slow motion. Those are the 2 big things you don't want, because you can't cancel them at all. They lose several seconds, which is quite much in this game at this level of optimization.
Yeah, we've got it down from when you ran this at ESA Germany. What time did you have?
Or 28 of something, 27?
Yeah, now we're down to, we're probably both going to hit either a 24 or 25, 23 if we're lucky. I don't know if we're going to be lucky though.
Yeah, like there's a lot of, or our movement makes for a whole lot of time save in this game. It's insanely easy to underestimate. Also a little corner walk here because we want the Ingram ammo. It's maybe a good time to talk about the weapons in this game, or the weapons in the speedrun. There are mainly 3 weapons we use. First of all, the sawed-off, which is basically the shotgun but upgraded damage-wise, which is really good.
Shoots a little bit faster too, doesn't it?
Yeah, also. But for one hit, it doesn't matter. Like 80% of the enemies are getting one shot by the sawed-off, and only the later enemies need 2 shots. And for those, you want to use the dual Ingram, which is obviously really strong, has an insanely high frequency, but also needs a lot of ammo, so you can't use it too much. And you should really collect your ammo to only use it on the strong guys in the end. So I think I'll health reset here. That's one tech, because at the start of every new area or room, interesting, you get a checkpoint, and for every level you have 4 retries. So if you're really low on health, and you just enter the room, and you don't have painkillers, of course, it's sometimes a good idea to to kill yourself
Just
on purpose.
take a death, yeah. Oh, my earbud's falling out. There we go.
Also, I should maybe mention this game is quite concentration heavy, so we won't interact with chat at all, basically, which I'm quite sorry about, but playing and talking is a hard task.
It's weird when you're streaming it, because like during the entire game, you can really not talk to chat that much. It's really hard to look over.
Yeah.
Because every little bit of movement counts. Except for that epic cutscene you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's in kind of end game. We'll see that later. Yeah, and for most enemies, just because the sawed-off is such a good weapon, you don't need slow-mo at all. Especially in the first few levels, there are only a few places where you need it. Mostly on enemies who are around corners, and they are, or some of them are quite likely to shoot you on the first frame you're around the corner. There's nothing you can do unless you slow-mo jump around it, or bullet time dive, whatever, around it.
Slow-mo jump is pretty much the safety move if you think you're going to get hit or die or whatever.
Yeah. Should be avoided at all costs, but sometimes there's just no other way. Yeah. There I pressed slow-mo, but the game didn't care. That happens quite often.
Yeah, it does eat inputs.
Imagine a 60 FPS game, but it eats inputs. Like, thanks. Okay, at this point the ammo doesn't matter anymore, because we'll lose it after this stage anyways. Also here, you slow-mo jump as well, simply because in this case, like there are a few cases where after some kind of fight, the slow-mo just stops and Max comes to a complete stop. So that's one of the rare cases you might just use it because it doesn't play out fully, which is quite nice. Okay, so here we lost all of our weapons, and now we have the bat baseball or baseball bat. I actually never saw that in French. It says bat baseball or whatever.
Have you played this in French yet?
I don't think so. No.
Oh.
Okay, sadly, we now for the start of this level we need to stick to the bad weapons like the M9 or the Eagle, which are just the starter weapons. They are obviously not as strong.
And we slowly just get our old weapons back. In the next level, they just kind of pop out of nowhere.
So it's maybe worth noting that slow-mo jump, or the slow-mo dive, rather said, or slow-mo in general, makes the enemy basically unable to hit you. Like, mostly, not fully, but mostly unable to hit you. And that's why I slow-mo jump there. So the guy with the dual Ingram doesn't shoot me, because when enemies have a dual Ingram, it's just horrible.
I hate it when I slow-mo jump and I don't mean to slow-mo jump. Oh,
yeah, that's also a thing. Because if you want to slow-mo, you have to come to a complete stop and then press the slow-mo button. Like no directional input and I saved.
Oh no.
Rip.
Yeah, it'd be a good time to talk about the save, huh?
Yeah, feel free to.
Oh, go for it. You can, if you at the end of every level, it asks you if you want to save or not. And if you accidentally hit save, it wastes, what, 8 seconds? 7 seconds?
Yeah, 6 or 7.
So you don't want to ever save. And it's very easy to do that accidentally.
Yeah.
You gotta really train yourself not to do it.
Yeah.
Piano straps.
To talk about the weapons. Again. So at level 6, the game takes away your weapons, and in the PAL version, that's PAL only actually, at the start of level 7 you get your weapons back. You don't get the ammo, but you especially... Piano strats. You especially get the sort of... Which normally would take quite some time to recollect. And at PAL you just have it, which is quite helpful. Also nice slow-mo, which doesn't play out again. Thank you.
Getting a lot of eating controls today, hey? Oh, I just missed a big one.
As you can probably tell by my gameplay, playing this and doing commentary for a marathon is just, you will make the most stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. It's just so concentration heavy. There are so many little things you have to look out for. Why did he not die? Okay, interesting.
I ask myself that every time I run this game. Why? I shot him. Why did he not die?
Yeah. Okay, doesn't matter.
Max misses at point blank range with a shotgun. Yeah, that's how they work.
To maybe lose one word regarding the piano strats, fun. No, it's just a marathon thing. Like in a marathon run of Max Payne GBA, you just have to play the piano for 1 second. It doesn't save any time, it's just fun. It's a gold rule of this game, I don't know. So you probably already saw that at Crazy's gameplay. Damage boosting is a thing. Through these lasers which explode and kind of super boost you all around the place. And we'll, like, especially in level 8 we use that. This is basically the biggest application of damage boosting. Maybe you should talk from here on because you're ahead, so I don't know what you already showed or something.
I'm getting ready for fire strats right now, which is my worst part. Let's see if we get it right here. Got it! Oh. So the fire things spit out at certain intervals, and you can do one of them early if you're really, really, really careful, which I got super lucky and got it. I really suck at it, so I'm really happy that I got it. I'm guessing Toka's going to get it with ease.
Yeah, at me you saw those 3 lasers. You kind of jump through. You kind of damage boost through. Normally you have to deal with 3 of these fire things, which aren't cycles. It's quite annoying, and you can just simply jump through it. It obviously deals quite some damage, but that's why we took all the painkillers before, so we can heal up afterwards.
We hoarded them.
Kind of. Also, here we take some Ingram ammo. I think that those are 60 Ingram ammo, and that's definitely worth the detour.
I messed up my menuing again. I went to grenades instead of the M4.
The big question is, will I save 3 times in a row? Am I physically able to not save? Oh, I am. Legend.
Concentration here, sorry. Down, there we go. Then I'll take a death warp here, just running into the fire. Takes you right back to the beginning of the stage.
Yeah.
Or the beginning of the room.
It's maybe worth noting that we are now in level 9 of 12, so we're getting quite close to the end already. And where level 11 takes around 4 minutes, so that's the longest one. The other ones are around 1 minute. There's not much left of the game.
And level 11 is really, really hectic.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of strong enemies, weapon changes, and so on and so forth. But we'll see when we get there, I guess. Here in this room there's some Ingram ammo we used to pick up, but we don't anymore. Because it's quite big of a detour and it's only 20 ammo. So we rather use the M4 a bit longer in level 10.
I think I use it a little bit longer because I'm always afraid of running out of Ingram ammo.
Yeah.
I'm always afraid of it. So that makes me go a little bit slower, but safety.
Okay, I guess you already did the damage boost in level 9.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just another application of it. There, it doesn't save as much time because you don't get any fire stuff or cycles.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt as much either. You don't have to have full health for it.
Yeah, because you're only
Super awesome
jumping through
cutscene.
1 and not 3 mines. Also, maybe worth noting, these fire things are insta-kill. Like, you hit them 1 frames, you're dead. or
Yeah,
I
it
guess
doesn't
2
just
frames,
give you a
yeah.
haircut.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Yeah. So you really want to avoid them at all costs. Epic explosion cutscene. Okay, so this is level 10. Here the enemies start to get strong enough to use the dual Ingram rather than the M4 or the sawed-off. Sadly, we can't use it all the way because of ammo limitations, basically. Even if we had 250 ammo at this point, it wouldn't be enough to finish the game. So we have to, in level 11, we have to still use the M4.
I use mine a little bit longer.
Why would he shoot me?
You hear that all the time.
Like, that guy shoots
You
you
ever-
maybe 5% of the time, but of course in this very fucking run.
Yep, every time either one of us streams, you're gonna hear that all the time. Why? Why that guy?
Yeah. And especially on a long room like that.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as if you die at the beginning of a room because you just start right over, but at the end of a room that really hurts.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
to
why.
rub it in.
Yeah, that's why. That's why if you health reset, you always want to do it at the start of a room because that's exactly where you respawn. Also, that checkpoint mechanic every room obviously makes for a quite optimized runtime, like within 20 seconds or something, which is not that much for a for a 23-minute run, I guess. Oh, please.
Oh, I hate jump. The use button is the jump button, so if you see me jump in front of buttons, that's because this game decided to have bad controls.
Yeah, it doesn't lock onto the switch sometimes.
And then he just jumps in the air like an idiot.
That's also why you sometimes jump after you skip a cutscene, like after you skip a dialogue, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can skip dialogues with A and B, and sometimes it's viable to mesh through them with A and B, like mesh A and B alternating. And yeah, and then when you end on the B button, you jump, which can be quite annoying. So yeah, this is level 11. Longest level in the game, I think. Yeah, I'm quite sure. And the most combat. Like, all the combat basically happens here. Also, I feel like the French version is giving me bad luck. That's what it has to be, really. Okay, I guess you can just comment the rest of the run. Since you're ahead anyways. By 30 seconds or something.
I'm just going to the roof right now.
Yeah, that's like 30.
Which I hate the roof so much.
Can you fail the platforming like 3 times?
Oh, I almost died though.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't die for you. I apologize.
Thanks. Like, whoever thought putting platforming into an isometric game was a good idea should maybe think about a new job.
Yeah, why is there a jump button anyway? Like, do we really need jumping in this game? Whose idea was that? Oh, I just died. That's fun.
Oh, I didn't fail the platforming. Sick. That's one instead of slow-mo jumping instead of slowing, just because I held the directional button 1 frame too long or something.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. I hate that.
Also, we haven't talked about tables yet, I guess.
Tables?
Yeah, if an enemy is behind a table, you can't shoot him. And even worse, in the NTC version, he can shoot you.
Yeah, the NTC version is evil.
Yeah, like there, if enemies behind the table, you can shoot him, but he can shoot you, which is absolutely, like, no one tested that for sure. At least in this game, it's kind of fair, although the table's what,
Just
1 meter high.
Mistake.
Like, how can you not shoot over it? But whatever. Did he die? He did. Okay.
Oh no! I took the painkillers and then died. I just wasted 3 painkillers for nothing.
Rip.
There's a painkiller. Give it to me. Give me. Awesome music, by the way. I want to say there's only two tracks of the soundtrack, and they both stink.
But you don't pay too much attention to the music, so I guess it's okay.
So I'm at the helicopter part now. What you want to do is take down these like steel rope things so you get the helicopter with an antenna. This is really more difficult than it looks.
Yeah,
to hit these grenades and these things.
Like, whoever thought of this level didn't play it himself. I can guarantee that. Hitting those things is just so insanely finicky if you don't know what to do.
Come on! There we go. I almost missed. And time.
And time! Fuck!
Really?
Dude,
You just finished?
That was really close, yeah.
Oh, if I would
level 11 was really good.
Missing more grenades. Thank
Nice
you for
job,
the awesome
guys.
race. Yeah.
Well, that was a train wreck.
Can we watch the end of this scene? This is awesome.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
please. We have to wait through
Gotta
the
say
cutscene
though,
to get a good screen.
This game is like very recognizably Max Payne. I'm very surprised.
Yeah, Like once you get used to the platform, it's a really fun run to do. Like in my opinion, at least.
Man, 3 seconds apart. I'm watching it back now on the.
Yeah, 2 or 3 seconds.
On the line.
Actually, in the middle, we were like 20 seconds apart because I saved twice, which wasted like 12 seconds.
And I stuck in the last stage.
Yeah.
Oh, here's my favorite part.
You gave us one hell of a ride. Take him down to central booking. You heard the man.
Logan was there in the crowd, standing by the sidelines.
That face.
Over till the man with the patch would say so.
I'm like 40 seconds behind, so I was, but like they that smug, like washed out face, like it looks pretty much like that on the PC version just because of the art style. So it actually translates pretty well to a handheld.
So if any of you guys want to learn this game, talk to either me or Toko. I don't know if Toko wants to take on all comers, but I certainly will. This game's awesome, and I'd love to see more players play it. And thank you guys for hosting us.
Oh, Crazy, are you on the final screen yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Sie haben Max Payne Advance.
Oh,
which,
yes, I have.
Which literally translates to "You have Max Payne Advance."
Congratulations. They used the wrong one. It's 50-50 when you it's either it's to be or to have, right? Those are the two when you translate a game.
Yeah, like in English and French, it's correct. It says you have finished Max Payne Advance, but because of German grammar, that's switched around, and yeah, the missing word is after Max Payne Advance, but it doesn't get displayed. So you have Max Payne Advance. I think that's a good final word for this. So thanks for the race. It was really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Close race, man.
All right, so from one race to another, back to back, putting the burden on the tech crew. The gritty. We're gonna get started.
Should we leave the live channel, by the way? Yeah.
You should stay. Well, you can stay for now. Yeah. Oh, we are good to go. So you are free to go, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Crazy awesome.
Yeah. Thanks
again for the great run.
Thanks for having us, I guess.
So back again, both players here returning from different games. Bangera, how are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. Hopefully I can stay unmuted this time.
That would be good. Atros is here as well.
Yes, I am. So we were discussing this while we were getting set up, and we both agree that RNG is the greatest thing ever.
I mean, it keeps you on your toes. It's a new run every time. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah.
So a word about this game, maybe. For the first 11 minutes of this game, I think you said, Atros.
It's about 11.
There's gonna be, there's gonna be a lot of walking, and a lot of nothing, and then
wait. This is an 18-minute estimate, and the first 11 minutes is gonna be a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of walking around.
But it's such a good game.
It's such a good game, like unbelievable. And then everything's gonna go horribly wrong because we're gonna need to kill about 50 aliens, and every single spawn is complete RNG. So, and then to top it all off, there's gonna be a final boss that is just incredibly designed, like fantastic. So yeah,
I
I'm
can't
pretty
wait.
much. I'm pretty much ready whenever, guys.
All right, I'm gonna count you guys down then.
All right.
Alien 3 in 3, 2, 1, go.
The very first
Alright.
thing after we start, as I